Let's go. Who's ready? Who's ready for some boom, baby? Boom! Rise and shine. It's your morning marijuana motivation time. I don't know if you can see the wind and the trees and the leaves. This is me leaving Finland. That's right. It's fall officially here in Finland, and I'm leaving tomorrow. And I'm just doing my morning motivation, morning meditation, and I figured I'd include you guys in on it, or whoever's watching or not watching. It's one of those where I was like, you know what? This is the real me. This is really what I do. I rise and shine even on a cloudy day. Is it raining? It's supposed to be raining again today too, as well. But it's just one of those things that I gather my thoughts, in the morning and realize just how far I've gone. Saints addiction, let's go. It's tough life, man. It's tough. You got to be tough because we get so comfortable, you know? We find safe places, we find comfort. My friends were almost crying last night. They made such a wonderful dinner, beautiful company, and just how much love it was. He's got his daughter. She really hasn't been that affectionate towards me, but once she knew I was leaving, she was under the table tickling my feet, and I was tickling her, and all those things. And she's 8 years old, and before you know it, she'll be 18, and they're a family to me, right? They've included me in their family. I think of like all my friends, like Paul and Sam. She's like, hey, fucker, this is my family. And it's true. It's the inner circle. And that's why I come to Finland, is it's a inner circle, a hub of, good people. For the most part, we all have failures. We all have drug addictions or alcoholism. Kind of got into it with my bestie last night because he just didn't want to be mentally free. I think he was acting out because he knew I was going, kind of like the little girl. She got closer to me because she knew I was leaving. But if you think someone's there every day, you kind of take advantage. And I don't have any time to take advantage of. I leave tomorrow. Right about this time, I will be getting ready to go to the airport. It's about 10:10 in the morning. I need to be there by 12, and life just keeps going so fast. It's one of those things where seasons change, and I have to change. I have to change. I have to change the season from winter to summer, get to Southeast Asia, meet with my team, Intersect.ai, meet with the guys, come together like Voltron. We form like Voltron and make some moves. It's not easy to change your trajectory, especially when you're comfortable. I'm just waking up and I'm warm. I got a roof over my head and I got food in the fridge. That's half the battle. And to go halfway across the world, uh, Istanbul, Abu Dhabi, what's it called? The other one's called Kochi. I know it's in India, but I don't know how to say it. I've never said it before, but it's a journey to, leave the leaves, leave the cold weather. I think it was -3 this morning, and go to a plus 33 degrees. The change is real. And even if I look at, you know, my situation here, look, there's Sydney, Roma. This whole thing is going around the world. New York. I've pretty much been to all these places. Berlin, I've been, Los Angeles, London, Tokyo. It's a blanket, but it's also my life that I've been able to travel the world. What's up, Peter? I see you, bro. Coffee on shirts. And just to rise and shine, my morning meditation time. Normally, I've already been dressed, washed my face, done my hair, and going outside for a smoke. But this morning, I'm like, I don't even have time for that. It's just going by so fast that I'm leaving Finland, and everything I've known for the last 6 months, and all the friends that I have, and the consistency of low vibration, or low stress, I should say. It's not low vibration, but it's not a high intensity place. There's not a lot of people in Finland. There's 5 million people total. We were just saying last night how many people were walking around with their dogs and young kids. It's Friday night, and they're just like, God damn, there's a lot of traffic. But for most of the time, there's nobody at all. You know, you by yourself, you can hear your feet walking through the forest. We went to uh, uh, a wildlife preserve, you know, with the binoculars, and to go check out the like literally untouched by man ever, you know, and just to go see the ducks on the water and walk through the forest and take pictures. And it was just so quiet. Even we got quiet. You know, I'm quiet inside this morning. It's my meditation time. I'm quiet inside because I know just how far I got to go. My bags are already packed. I got to do my laundry, put them in my bag, and that's my laptop bag. You know, I stare outside and look at all the leaves and the changing of the weather. And this is my plan. You know, I love it here during the summer, but I hate it here during the winter. It's just impossible, you know, minus 33 degrees when I could be plus 33 degrees, or, you know, be with my team and grow my dream and move forward. I already got my friends in Thailand going like, I'm here, we're on the island, where are you? You know, and I'm like, I'm on my way, I'm coming close. And it also gives me an opportunity to get my visa extended. I don't know if you know this, but when you land in Thailand, they only give you 30 days, and then I have to do multiple entries and stamp my passport. And really, only my concern is tomorrow is leaving the country, of what Finland's going to do to me for overstaying my visa. I've never overstayed my visa before in my life, but I think it'll be fine. Little slap on the wrist or a fine, but I'm even thinking about going live. I don't know. It depends. Depends what we do with my time. But once I get going, you're going. You know, you're on the airplane. You're headed to a new destination. You're moving forward. And I can't just stay in Istanbul because I'm not staying there. I got to get to the next plane and get to Abu Dhabi. And I got a 9-hour layover. So I'm going to go live again just so I can get out of the what am I saying? Hospital in my head, the airport, and get to go see the UAE, the United Emerald Emirates. So I've never been there before. I don't know what to expect, but it's to live life fully, you know, to live a full day, not just sit in a I'm saying hospital again, in an airport and wait 9 hours, which is a full work day. You know, if you have an hour lunch and you're working 8 hours, you know, that's 9 hours. That's most of my day. And I want to go see places. You know, this is the point of leaving, is that I get to move forward. And yes, my friends are crying, and yes, I'm crying, and some are acting out, and some I'm gonna miss, and it's just like this. And then they said, I'll see you next summer. And it could be possible. I don't know. Maybe they block me. Maybe they block me from coming back to this country for 2 years, 5 years. I'm not sure. I hope it's no time at all, and it's just the fine. But you got to live your life. You really have to move yourself forward. It's so one of the, I think the hardest things to do is get out of our comfort zones. Get out of the things that we're comfortable doing the same rigmarole and the same shit every day, and hanging out with the same friends, smoking the same weed, doing the same things, playing a little bit of chess. And they were drinking, and then it got a little bit physical. Like, he grabbed my phone and then he threw it at the couch. I grabbed his phone. I'm like, see how that feels? And I threw it back to him, and he's too drunk to catch it, and it fell on the chessboard. It fell all over, and I was like, what's going on, bro? And then I was like, I'm gonna listen to my son. He's like, turn it off. This is my house. I'm like trying to walk away from him. He walked over. He was even kind of pushing on me. And I left. I was like, bro, this is one of my last nights in Finland. I got no time for your drama or your weirdness. You know what I mean? Like, time to go. And that's what it is. It's going to be a time where you're not going to live in the same place. I mean, everybody's moved at some point in their life, and we don't know what the future will bring. This is what's so interesting, you know, so interesting that we can manifest some things as I'm here in my morning meditation and do my breathing, and realize how much I've accomplished, what I'm building, you know, with my team to gather together from 3 different countries. and to look forward to things that I can talk to beautiful Swedish women in Australia, and have half naked women wear my Stop War shirts and get attention for Saints Addiction, and still move to a new country that I've never been. Like, I've never been to Abu Dhabi. I've never been to India. I've never been to the UAE, or I should say Vietnam. I've never been to any of these places, but they're all new to me, and new gets me excited. I'm excited to see my team. I'm excited to follow through with my dream. I'm excited to launch all these websites and get a bunch of income so we can keep developing the bungalows and more travel and pay people back and make everything go back on track. It's part of life for us to, just like this, like I'm looking outside, it's like the leaves are blowing by, look at all these leaves are falling, the wind's blowing the leaves off, the leaves are changing color, it's cold outside, it's all these leaves on the ground, look at it, it's blustering out there. This is why the morning motivation is in here. But that's nature's way of saying we can't stay in the same condition that we're in. We don't get to stay in the same place. We don't get to stay the same age. It's constantly moving us forward. We're always evolving. Every day is a new day. And as they tick away, days turn into months, months turns into years. And you look back and you're like, shit, I remember when, my friends had kids and now they're teenagers. Or I remember when I was first coming here 15 years ago. And the city's just completely changed. I remember before there was a big Dixie Center. I remember now they're tearing it up and putting a tram down the middle of the city. Even in the print shop, they got rid of the printer and now it's empty. And it's just like, wow, dude. And nothing's going to stay the same. So you have to drive and embrace change. You have to be really willing to risk it for the biscuit. It's going to take 4 hours to fly from Finland to Istanbul. I have a 4-hour layover in Istanbul. Then I go another 4 hours to Abu Dhabi, and then I have a 9-hour layover. So it's almost like a break in the day in the traveling. So I'm going to go out of the hospital, the airport, and then another 4 hours to India, which I need a visa to leave into India, and it's only 4 hours. And I don't really want to see India, population and pollution. Overpopulation and pollution is not my thing ever since I lived in China. But to go to the next spot in Vietnam, and now it's a whole new country. I'm waiting for my co-founders to show up, my partners in business. We're all flying straight to the island, Pho Quoc, which is near Koh Chang. So it's like one of these white sand beaches inside the Thailand Bay. Beautiful island type stay, and go there and boldly go and see with our own eyes what dreams may come when teams unify and meet together. And that's what draws me. It has to have something like a carrot, again, for all people. What's in it for me? What's in it for me is what's in it for the team. Like putting everybody together. America, Denmark, and England is where we're from, but one's coming all the way from Taiwan to Vietnam for $60, which is unheard of. It's basically free. And then from Denmark to Vietnam, and me from Finland to Vietnam, eventually after 4 different stops. But it's an experience. It propels you from what I've been doing when I got here in like mid-March, and it was still cold and it was still snowing in April, and I was like, where's the sunshine? Where's my summer? To ihasama. It means like anyways, anyways that we can find a way to find ourselves, even the morning motivation, or it's meditation, or it's deep breathing. I'm in preparation for something new, something that I've never done before, places I've never gone before or seen with my own eyes, and just keep stacking it. It's something to be said when I'm like, I've almost traveled to like 50 countries, you know what I mean? 50 countries around the world, and seeing so many different sites and eating so many different foods and meeting so many different people. It's a blessing. And I'm blessed to be alive. I'm blessed to live this life. I set it up. I was one of those people that was counting the popcorn on the ceiling, so much depression, and said, "Why are you leaving Finland? It's time to go, bro. It's time to go. I've overstayed my visa, and the seasons have changed. The leaves are falling on the ground. I remember when it was just sticks and I wanted leaves, and then the spring came and it was so beautiful and all this green, and now it's all yellow and red and it's even more beautiful. And we all change. And I can't wait to stack. Well, I mean, I don't have to wait long. I leave tomorrow. Stack more countries that I can say I've been to India. I can say I've been to the UAE. I can say I've been to Abu Dhabi, and now I can say I've been to Vietnam. And it's a blessing, to travel this world. I built a business. I didn't even think it was even possible. My dream scared me, and now it's happening. I've already lived in Finland for a long time. I've already got to see some things and meet some people. And they made me beef stew soup and potatoes last night. And we ate heartily. And then we even had dessert. And they brought their beautiful friend, and she was gorgeous. And I'm just like, this is what I love. And they tear up. They're like, thank you so much for helping us. And you've been such a help, and we love you, and you're part of the family. And I'm just like, man, that does my heart so much good for my family, where I can't even talk to my mom for 5 minutes. I haven't talked to her in 6 months, and I couldn't even talk to her for 5 minutes. She's so abusive and narcissistic and trying to tear me down, where other people are building me up. I'm building a team. I've built a team, and we've already been working together for almost 2 years. Me and Miles, and Mass has been over a year, to make an AI business that makes a lot of income, so I can keep moving the dream ahead, making more shirts. I got the shirts right here. Yeah, I made my designs last night. The last of my shirts, I started with 50 shirts, right, for the beginning of the season for my reliable models. And some flake off and some don't. Sorry, but it's just me that's watching right now. Dude, I don't care who's watching, bro. Someone came. No worries, bro. This is to reach, preach, and teach to people. It's not a popularity contest. But yeah, Saints Addiction. Here's one of my designs. I'm a successful stoner, bro. I'm a successful stoner. I get to travel the world, making my designs and making my dreams come true. That's Saints Addiction. I decided a long time ago to be free, mentally free, to free my mind to go wherever I wanted to go, and to see this bright, beautiful world. And I have. That's the truth of it. And I've gone further than most people I know, being a world traveler, an avid traveler. I'm not a tourist. I'm a traveler. You got to go to these cities and meet the people on their grounds and their families, and join their lives, not the lives like this, but their lives, to meet everybody where they are and where they stand. And that's the blessing. So I'm so grateful. Finland's been such a cool place for me. Like, who would have thought Finland? It's like the North Pole. But it's the friendliness of the people, It's the beautiful summers, ihasama, and it's also the safety and the plenty and the acceptance of the people. Go to some countries and you're an outsider, and then here it's like you're one of them. You're one of the family. You're invited. You're included. And I think that's what we all want. We all want to be included in life. What's up? Soma, I didn't even get to say that. I live in Finland. Me too, bro. Really? Question mark 3RTY. I don't even know how to say that. Where in Finland are you at? And if you're from Finland, the word aito. Aito means real, genuine. And they're like, aren't you sad? And I'm like, yeah, I get sad when I leave my friends, but I also get excited because I'm going to meet up with some other friends, and I need to move forward. I don't just get to stay in the same place. I make my life almost like quarterly. If you were to do a quarterly report or something like that, he said, yep, Aito, baby, it's real. And I was telling him that, I don't get that much real in Las Vegas. Just being honest, there's a lot of fake people that, just trying to jockey for position or get in front of the camera, or it's a big popularity contest. And I'm like, life's meant to be lived, man. I don't care who sees it. I don't care if my shirt's off. I started the show with my shirt off, and sure as shit, I got on Good Morning America smoking weed. I'm out of weed, by the way, otherwise I'd be smoking, but it's okay. I don't need weed. I got sober over 15 years ago, started Saints Addiction. I think it was almost 20 years ago, 17 years ago, and said, I'm going to do this thing. I remember telling my ex-girlfriend from Finland, we were going to do an import-export business together, and we broke up, but I told her I'm going to continue on this journey. I'm going to do this shirt thing, and I didn't really have a name, but I sat there on the beach rocking back and forth, and I'm like, man, I got 10 fingers, I got 10 toes. There's no excuses for me not to be successful. I'm not retarded. I got great teeth. I'm sort of good looking, and I'm capable. I'm smart enough, because I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and goddamn it, people like me, right? If you remember that old Saturday Night Live episode. And to believe, like, I'm going to just get on the plane tomorrow and start moving around the earth and leave from Finland, go transverse from another hemisphere to another weather, to a team, to make Inasec a more of a reality, and all these things, from this, getting video in a sec, and editing these videos. I do the lives, and then it just splices it up and makes them into shorts and transcribes them to post in a sec, where it drops on the social media. This is all done while I sleep. I have more time to spend with my friends, you know what I mean? And that's what it's about, quality of time, quality of people, real aito, real enjoyment. And as I sit here in my quiet space, my meditation space, I'm grateful. I'm grateful to have my friends. I'm grateful to be with their family and tickling little girls under the table, and then looking at beautiful girls across the table, and eating beautiful food with beautiful people. I mean, I really do have to pinch myself and go, man, this is crazy, because it's genius, because I said I could be in the best part of the world with the best weather. If I never traveled, I would have never known that, it's kind of like the Homer Simpson episode where he called the kid in Australia to see if the water goes this way or this way, counterclockwise or clockwise. The other side of the world. Right now, my friends are freezing in Australia, but it's soon to be their summer. It's also Vietnam summer too. They're leaving the rainy season, the monsoon season. They just had a typhoon, and I'm going to be there for it. Yamo be there. So it's just a blessing that my friends took me out. We went to Vietnamese food 3 weeks ago, and then we ate Thai food the last 2 weeks, and they bought for me, and they fed me, and they drive me around, and they smoke me out, and they give me free weed, and it's just such a blessing. So yeah, it's hard to leave this comfort zone, but I need to meet with my team. I need to challenge myself. I'm not rich by no means. That's why we're building this dreams. That's why I build all of these, ideas and t-shirts and shit. Shirt in a sec. As soon as you get on the press, shirt in a sec. I'm a successful stoner. I said I want to travel the world and smoke weed the whole way, and I have. And that's the gratitude of it. To look at all these different cities that are on this sheet, there's New York right there, and I'm like, man, I've been to New York, I've been to London, I've been to Tokyo, I haven't been to Rome yet, I've been to Berlin, I haven't been to Sydney. But to look at this place, it's not just a blanket, and it's not just what do you call that, a curtain, a shower curtain. That's where normally people are like, yeah, these fancy places I want to go. I went, and I've been, and I get to tell those stories, and my friends are like, when are you going to write a book? And I do them on auto recording. But to remember the trip from 2 years ago is my third time around the world, and now I'm working on my fourth to go around the world. So for all you flat earthers, till you go around, then it's a round. You don't get to say it's flat earthing from your truck there, Daniel. Ribbit. My buddy Daniel is a flat earther, and I was like, you haven't gone anywhere but your truck. We'll have a great day today, and every day will be who you stay nice, calm, relax, have a great and amazing day. Well, thank you. That's very cool of you. But that's what I want to encourage people to do, is to break some kind of cycle, break some kind of habit, break up the complacency, because that's where the dream is everything is on everything you ever wanted is on the other side of fear. And if you grab your balls and not your excuses, you put one foot in front of the other, before long I'll be asleep on the plane, just have to go through it, just like if you're on a train or a bus. Get to the next spot, I'll probably go live in Istanbul, and then I'll definitely go live in Abu Dhabi. And then, of course, I don't know if I'll go live in India, but I want some Indian food in India. And then eventually be in Vietnam, and of course I'll be live all over that bitch every day. I'll get a SIM card, if you will, and just be able to transfer. What is it when you don't transcribe, you don't transfer? Transcend the world. There's so many beautiful places to be with beautiful weather. As I watch people walk by with their handkerchiefs and scarves around their neck. It's fucking cold outside. It's literally blowing off the fucking leaves off the trees, and that's just what life is. It's time to leave when the leaves touch the ground. You know what I mean? It's time to leave when the leaves touch the ground. So, I'm looking outside, looking at the whole ground covered in yellow, people wearing hoodies, and it's blistering, bolstering, or whatever you want to call that word. I'm forgetting it this morning. It's 10 o'clock in the morning, but I'm going to sit in my meditation state. I'm going to absorb this last day. Tomorrow I leave, and it's time to go, bro. You got to know when it's time to go. You need to know how to push your go button. What's up? I live in Finland too. Christy, what's up? Tell them where you live. I live in Finlandoid. I live Finlanded. I don't know what that means, but I hope you know what Aito means. Yeah, it's just Kirsty. Oh, my bad. I didn't say that right, but Chigata. You know what that means. That means goodbye, but not forever in Finnish. And I will see you on the other side. The other side of your fear, the other side of your excuses, and the other side of the world, because that's where I'm going. I'm going to the other side of the world to leave this side of the globe and go from Finland to Istanbul to UAE to India to Vietnam, and to see a whole different country. I'm just adding countries after countries. I'm just stacking them at this point. And I know I've been to over 30 countries in the world, but I think I'm getting to the 50 country mark. Make your mark. And I have friends that have been to 100 countries. There's some real travel addicts out there, but I go to see people, not places. This isn't a competition. It's a life, and it needs to be lived. I don't know when I'm going to die. You don't know when you're going to die, but it's important that we live before we die. And that's why I encourage people to keep moving. KIM, keep it moving. Make sure you have goals, get after them, write them down, and don't be afraid of them. It's supposed to give you excitement, but turn that anxiety into excitement. Don't let the fear stop you. Don't let the automatic negative thoughts or I don't have enough money or what's gonna happen. Bullshit. Yamo, be there, bro. Just be there. Arrive and thrive. Be the type of person that gets to see with their own eyes something unrealized, and it's magic. It really is magic. I'm magically touching my body, that I've kept the weight off. That was a huge goal for my health, doing intermittent fasting, being my sexy self, looking at sexy women wearing my clothing. It just blew up. I got over 100 leads. It's like if I post something heartfelt or intricate or even AI based, nobody's even going to look at it. But as soon as it's some under boobs, everybody was all over it, and I got more responses than ever, because sex sells, and we all want to have love, and we all want to have life, and we all want to live. So to truly live, you got to tackle some goals. You got to also tackle some habits, and you're going to have to move, move, because this is my last day in Finland. And I'll probably be back, because I got friends here, and part of my heart's here. So Hasip Thai, that means 50%. Hasip Thai, Hasip Finland. I got Finland and Thailand somewhere inside of me. as well as Las Vegas, as well as Brazil, Jericoacoara. I have a little bit of that in there. You got more to the pie, and then to add all of Southeast Asia to it. I've already been to Japan. Well, I've been inside Tokyo, but airport. But China, Great Wall of China, South Korea, South Korean prison, and now Laos, Cambodia, Vietnam, as well as Thailand, Myanmar, and Malaysia. So I'm grateful. If you would like to learn more, you already know. Like, share, and subscribe below. And as always, peace and love. And Chigathon. That means goodbye, but not forever in Finnish. And I will see you on the other side as soon as you like, share, and subscribe. But the other side of your fear, other side of your excuses, and the other side of the world, because that's where I'll be. Peace.